Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem Yahawashai, Bahashem Ruka Kodash. My double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone GMS who taught me this truth, which is the 100% truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect spread around the four corners of the earth, risking their lives in these last days to push this truth. And also to those few Akwads that are sincerely seeking this truth, Shalom. It's the brother Yara Yah from the GMS Italia camp, and I'm here with a quick one. And as it's evidence, as y'all can see what's been going on lately, you know, these prophecies are beginning to pop like popcorn, man. Prophecies are beginning to, you know, to play out, man. And, you know, it's going to be a huge shame, a big shame to those who have been taking this truth for granted, you know. The apostles have been out there for many years, you know, prophesying about these things, and people been taking them for granted. The Akiams are out there, the teachers, the elders, you know, doing the work, laboring, and people been taking them for granted. But these things are playing out there now. They're playing out. They're playing out. And that's just what makes the difference between those who the Most High have given the faith to follow up with this truth and those who the Most High has blinded. You know, the book of Habakkuk, is it chapter 2 verse 3, just paraphrasing, you know, it quotes that these prophecies are for a certain time, and don't let me butcher it. Let me just quickly go get it. That's the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3. It quotes, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry." Man, when these apostles and teachers been teaching all these years outside, you know, people taking it for granted, thinking this time will never come, but this time is right here, right at your front, man. And it's just the tip of the iceberg. It's really going to get more crazy. So anyway, let me get quickly into this lesson. Yahweh Shem Yahushai Ratazah, it's going to be edifying. So this is a news a brother sent to me this morning. It's the brother Yahawada of the GMS Italia camp. And this is actually, you know, speaking in English. It says Italy's news in English, because most of the time when I try to translate the Italian articles in English, it gives me different kinds of problems. So there we go. It says, explain, where do we need to show of Vanessa pass, okay, in Italy from August 6th, okay, which is today. So today they actually passed a decree. They passed a decree, a fraudulent decree, you know, in which we're going to see what it is. So what I want to say is, you know, for the past week now, they've been showing all different kinds of protests going on all over Europe. Even here in Italy, we've had different kinds of protests, you know, and they've been showing it on the TV, and it looks like, you know, these people have a voice, you know. And this is how slick Esau is, you know. This is how he does his witchcraft, you know. So all of a sudden, it's been 2 days now. I've been, you know, monitoring the news. They haven't been speaking anything about this protest anymore, and all you can hear is, you know, the parliament is deciding on implicating these new norms, you know. So they just go ahead and do what they have to do. That's why we tell people, you know, I've been telling some people right here in Italy, you know, some people have been trying to teach the truth, been telling them, man, you don't need to participate in such things, you know. You don't need to participate in such things, because at the end of the day, your voice is not heard. They just give you that kind of illusion that your voice is heard, but your voice is not heard. They just do what they have to do. And there we go. Yesterday, you know, they've passed this decree. So let's read a little bit from this site. It says, as Italy faces a Delta variant driven fourth wave of Vanessa. Okay, people will be required to show a green pass to visit cultural or leisure venues from Friday, August 6th, which is today. Here is where you will need the passport. The certification verde or green pass, as the EUT certificate is known in Italy, proves that the bearer has been fully vanesced, okay, has recovered from Vanessa within the past 6 months, or has received a negative test result in the past 48 hours. From August 6th, many businesses, leisures, venues, and cultural sites in Italy will be legally required to ask for their customers to show a health pass before they are allowed to enter. Okay, the list includes museums, galleries, theaters, cinemas, sports stadiums, theme parks, indoor swimming pools, spas, gyms, and indoor sitting areas at bars and restaurants. Failing to check the pass can earn both the customers and venues a fine from 400 to 1,000 euro, while businesses that repeatedly break the rules might risk being forced to close for up to 10 days. Okay, so that's ESO showing his own. This is still the draconian law that the elders have been teaching about, that measure, the draconian measure. Okay, and that's regarding to the book of Revelation, when it says he has 2 horns and he speaks as a lamb. Okay, the Italian government has not indicated any plans to introduce the pass requirement in hotels, supermarkets, or shopping centers, in which when they write articles like this, they're actually putting in your subconscious mind that this is their next step. And this has always played out. Whenever I pick up newspapers here in Italy and read, whenever I see stuff like this, after a week, what they do is they cancel some words, and it becomes the Italian government plans to introduce the pass requirements in hotels, supermarkets, or shopping centers. Here now you have the government has not indicated any plans, but within a week what you see is the government has indicated plans to introduce the requirement, and after some time they just push the law. And that's how they've been pushing all different laws. And when this law comes in, that's when people are really going to start bugging out. How are they going to get their groceries, their foods and stuffs? They say nightclubs are to remain closed completely, contrary to reopening plans suggested by government ministers in recent weeks. From September 1st, the Green Pass will also become a requirement for domestic travel on long-distance train or flights within Italy in future, as well as for school staffs and university students. Well, actually, watching the news yesterday in the parliament, they're actually already speaking about this, and this is just going to be the next step. From September 1st, it's going to be required, and I believe, even before September 1st. So in order for the children to go to school, they would need to have a Vanessa pass, to prove that they've been vanished, So this is what it is, man. The green pass is required for everyone in Italy over the age of 12. That's how wicked these people are. They just want to exterminate every damn person. At the moment, Italy's digital health certificate is only available to people who were vanished, tested, or recovered in Italy. If that's you, find out exactly how to claim it here. Okay, if you got your short test or requirement elsewhere, what you need to do depends on the country. So they go on to speak about people from the EU, Schengen zone countries, as well as the US, Canada, and Japan can also enter Italy and access venues under a Green Pass terms, but need to show equivalent health documents issued in their own country. The Italian government has also said it will recognize equivalent health documents from UK and Israel. Okay, so Yahweh willing, I'll put this article on the description if anyone wants to use it to further more lessons, or just want to check it out. So this is what it is, man. We are actually at that time, That great time that, elders and apostles, they are prophets from time back. They've been teaching about, the same time of Jacob's trouble. This is the time in which each one of us needs to make a decision. Okay, bow to the image of the beast. Okay, which is the system, what they're pushing now. Bow to the image of the beast, or choose the word of life, everlasting life, which is promised by the Son of the Most High, Yahweh Shai. And this is the same old thing that's happened, during the time of King Nebuchadnezzar, when he required everyone to bow to his image, And now we know this is just like a prelude to the so-called how do I put it? This is a prelude to the MOTB, man. It's a prelude to the MOTB, And those who are taking this are definitely going to go and take the MOTB because they don't have their trust in the Most High. They don't have any courage in the Most High. The Most High has blinded them and prepared them from the beginning of times to fall for this, So now let's get some scriptures. I'm going to start from the book of Matthew. Let's go chapter 6, verse 24. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 24. It quotes, "No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and mammon." Okay? And now, if we go into the root word of this mammon, in which we've always done, it is mammonas, okay? Means riches, treasure, okay? So you can see, and that's what this word is all about the money, all about their so-called false illusion of comfort, which there is no comfort in this kingdom, So many people are definitely going to be pushed to bow for this image, because they want to maintain their jobs, they want to maintain their so-called whatever status in the society, and that's how the Satan comes, Verse 25 says, "Therefore I say unto you, take no thoughts for your life, what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than the meat, and the body more than the raiment?" So this is exactly the time in which Yahweh Shai, this words is a double-edged sword, man. So those who are having all these thoughts of what they will do tomorrow, how they're going to eat, how they're going to live, whatever, these are the people that are going to fall victims, They're going to give up and bow and go take the Vanessa juice, Take the Vanessa juice, then go on to take the MOTB, aka Marcos. Okay? So the Most High is really doing a great job these last days, sifting the wheat, just like it says. I'm just paraphrasing. It's going to come to sift the grains from the wheat, So those who have not been chosen from the beginning to receive this truth, to be saved, they are all going to fall for this, and there is nothing you can do, This is the book of Matthew, chapter 16. We read from verse 24, which quotes, "Then said Yahweh Shai unto his disciples, If any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me." Are y'all ready to deny yourselves in this time we're about to go into? Are you ready to deny yourself and pick up your cross and follow Yahweh Shai? Because Yahweh Shai has commanded us not to make any cuttings into our flesh. Okay? It's a commandment. Are you ready to follow that commandment? Pick up your cross as a man and move on. Or you're ready to bow to the image of this beast. And in doing that, also take the mark of the beast, which is the next step, which is just right at the door. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. Whosoever is going to try to save his life, going to bow for all these things, take all these things to continue his job, to continue his life, and everything, they're going to lose their life, man. And now the average Jake, the average Edomite out there knows that this Vanessa juice is pure wickedness. Everyone knows already. And as I said, I used to work for the immigration here in Italy, and I just got some information from some people who were there. So we have many of these Jakes, pumping. Jakes plus Amites, mixed, but most especially Jakes who've been coming into Italy, illegally by how do you call that water, from Libya, they've been coming in, a lot of them, and they put them in these different various camps, just like they do in the United States. For the brothers from Issachar coming over to the United States, they put them in these various camps. And what do? Like here in Italy, now they force them to take this Vanessa juice, man. They are being forced to take Vanessa juice. It's either you take the Vanessa juice or you leave. And most of these brothers don't know the language, they don't have where to go and nothing, So a brother called me and he told me that in the camp where he was actually, they made everyone take this Vanessa juice and no one escaped it, man. Everyone had to take this Vanessa juice, So this is what it is, man. These Jakes don't know nothing, man. They're sottish children, foolish children, They don't consider, So because all they think of is how they will live tomorrow, what they'll wear, what they'll eat, This is the book of Matthew 16 verse 25. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. 26. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul, man? So what shall it profit you to gain back your job, your everything, your businesses, and then lose your soul and get destroyed when Yahweh Shai returns, man? These are the times we're actually going into, man. This is the time, man, you need to be a man. You need to strengthen yourself, You need to build yourself. When Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, when they went into that fire, they weren't thinking about their riches. They weren't thinking about their houses. They weren't thinking about, their position in the society in which they had huge position, Daniel was actually in the court of the king, And the remaining two brothers were kept as, the top men over the wise men, They weren't thinking about nothing. When Daniel was thrown into the lion's den, he wasn't thinking about his family, he wasn't thinking about his house, he wasn't thinking about his position in the society. Now let's get is it the book of Joshua? This is the book of Joshua, chapter 1. I'll read from verse 7. It quotes, "Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left hand, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest." We are not meant to turn away from these commandments, which will be commandments not to make any cuttings in our flesh. Okay? "This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success." This is what we are actually waiting for, man, We are trying our best to observe these commandments, and we know a particular commandment which is very important, that of not making any cuttings in our flesh, man. And that's what they're about to come in, and put a stamp on you, put a mark on you, via cutting of your flesh, man. and have you a property of them forever. But we're meant to be properties of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, because we are chosen people, man. Verse 9 says, have not I commanded thee, be strong and of a good courage, be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. For Yahweh thy power is with thee, whithersoever thou goest. And that's referring also to these times, man. The Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai shall be with you whithersoever you go, whatever you do, as long as you abide by his commandments. The world is going crazy right now. Your family, your so-called family, is going to come against you. Esau has succeeded in dividing the society into two: those who have taken the Vanessa Jews and those who haven't taken the Vanessa Jews. I don't really know how heavy it is in other places, but here in Italy, as far as I'm concerned, the society is divided, man. In my workplace, where I work in the plantation, we are divided in two, man. We are divided. A very few who have decided not to take Vanessa Jews, we've been kept aside. I even got a message from yesterday night reminding us that from today, because usually when we go to work in far places, we go to restaurants to have lunch. They're letting us know that we can no longer go into these restaurants for lunch if we don't have Vanessa pass. So this is what it is, man. We need to be strong at this time and, pick up courage, Remember the scripture we just read, Matthew 16, Whosoever shall save his life shall lose it, and whosoever shall lose his life for my sake shall gain it, man. I'm just paraphrasing. So let's get two more scriptures in, This book of Deuteronomy, chapter 31, verse 8. Which I'm going to. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 31, verse 8. And Yahweh, it is that doth go before thee. It will be with thee. It will not fail thee, neither forsake thee. Fear not, neither be dismayed. Now, I want to see the root word of this dismayed. It is kautat, okay? Says primitive roots properly for to prostrate, hence to break down, either literally by violence or figuratively by confusion and